Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at what I think is the #1 undervalued shoe going into 2023, and that is the Under Armour Flow Velociti Wind 2. Before we get underway, I just want to say the Flow Velociti Wind 2 is an absolute behemoth of a name, so I'm just going to be referring to the shoe as the Velociti throughout the video. Also, this is a shoe I purchased with my own money. No one will have a chance to view this footage before I put it online. Going over some quick specs of the shoe, there's some pretty standard laces. The tongue is padded nicely and it's gusseted on both sides, and it actually is more of like a sock liner because it runs the entire length of the tongue. There's an 8mm offset in the shoe, meaning there's 26mm of flow foam in the heel and 18 in the forefoot. Also, as you can see, Under Armour went with a rubberless outsole. Just going over the fit of the shoe, the heel counter is quite stout, however it's padded nicely. The gusseted tongue hugs your foot really well and the tongue doesn't slip or slide at all. Also in the toe box, there is a decent amount of room. It's not a tight fit, but it's also not a wide fit. And I've had no hot spots and no blisters at all. So before we get into how I think this is the most undervalued shoe going into 2023, let's just talk about how I've been using this shoe. I initially was super excited about the Velociti because it looked like something Under Armour finally put out that was meant for runners. Yes, they have the Machina line and they have like the Sonic and whatever it might be, but this one actually looked like a shoe that was designed for tempo workouts, faster workouts, and just kind of going all in. And so when I got it, I was a bit concerned right out of the box because it did feel quite firm. And I didn't know if I'd be able to use it on my easier days or if this was just gonna be like a strictly speed shoe. And that's kind of what Under Armour marketed it towards as well anyway. And it might just be the geometry of the shoe with how it works with my foot strike and my running style. But this shoe also felt amazing during easy sessions. By no means is Flow Foam fuel cell, but it's kind of its own little beast here. I would say if I was to compare it to anything, it would probably be like the Power Run PB found in Saucony's Endorphin Pro 2. It's just a very smooth ride. It feels natural, it's comfortable, and again, any pace you want, you can take it at. So now let's talk about why I think the Velociti is the most undervalued shoe going into 2023. And to start, price. I mean, at full price, this thing's retailing for $190. Now, I wouldn't truly recommend it at that price, but in Canada, right now, you can buy this for $114.97, which for a daily trainer of this quality is quite a steal. And the big thing that really sets this shoe apart is what's found in the midsole, and that is the Bluetooth technology that comes with Under Armour running shoes. So Under Armour pairs with Map My Run to make this whole system work. And I'll bring up some photos on the screen right now. So as you can see by the top of this photo, there's little Google Maps there. I just cut it out because that's where I was running. So it uses the GPS within your phone. So you do have to run with your phone, but to track where you're going, and that's how it'll get your distance and speed. But in the summary, it tells you the distance, how long you're going, your average pace, the calories, which will definitely be not accurate because there's no way of this to get your heart rate, your elevation gain. And then as we keep going over in the second photo here, it gives you more analytics. So it'll give you your average cadence, your stride length, your ground contact time, your foot strike angle, you know, and your paces, which again, we're talking about a shoe that retails for under $115 Canadian right now. That's quite impressive. And as you can see here in the workout settings, there's live tracking. There is form coaching audio, which means that it can also connect through your headphones and give you cues as to like what you're doing, the pace you're going, your stride length, probably your foot strike, where you're going, and just give you tips as much as you need it. Because I also know that there's settings that you can change on how frequent these reminders are. Now there's coaching, which is also cues for like intervals and distance, which I typically use all the time at a very less frequent basis, because on my easy runs, I don't like to pull out my watch. I don't like to look at it. It's also winter here too, so like the less I have to move on my arms, the better. But it's nice to know how long you've been going for and the distance. And then, yeah, there's just a lot of options here. for a shoe again at this price range. So what makes the Velociti the most undervalued shoe going into 2023? Well, first of all, not everyone has the budget to buy the latest and greatest shoes, watches, foot pods, and the fact that for under $115, you can get the majority of all of that in a package that is actually quite premium. I would say that's a huge win and a huge check in the box for Under Armour. Now they are coming out with the Velociti Elite, which is actually super exciting because are they going to offer this Bluetooth technology in that? And what is the value and what is the market for a super shoe that also has all those analytics on it? Are you going to be someone that buys a super shoe to put a Stride foot pod on it or whatever foot pod you might believe in? Or are you going to be someone that connects via Bluetooth and gets a lot of those analytics from within the shoe? I mean, if that's the route they're going, I think Under Armour's playing a different ball game than everybody else. So leave a comment down below. What do you think of Under Armour as a running shoe company? Do you think this shoe is an absolute improvement for them? And what shoe are you looking forward to most in 2023? So thank you for watching another video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. It's awesome seeing the channel grow. I'm loving interacting with each and every one of you, and making these videos is honestly just a great time. So until then, enjoy your shoes and keep running.